Centennial of a very important event, the beginning of sending teaching fellows to China. So thought I'd come up from Virginia. Drove up from Virginia this morning.
Wow, that's a long distance too. Yeah.
We were also both former trustees of Yale-China.
And we both got our start on a comparable program. The Oberlin College program is very much like the Yale in China.
Oberlin China.
Okay. Two years of teaching.
Oh, you both did that?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Different
Oberlin.
generations.
But
we're
in China.
In Donghai University in Taiwan.
Okay.
Because China was closed at the time.
Yeah. That was in, when was that?
Started in the 50s and ended in the late 70s.
No. I know that time.
What?
When were you teaching in China?
When was I teaching in Taiwan?
Yep.
72 to 75.
Right. Yeah.
And then I came and did my graduate work at Yale. And so did Bill. You did your graduate work at Yale. So we have a lot of ties to Yale and Yale-China. Yeah.
How long have you been on the board?
I was on the board for 6 years. Wrote off in 2007.
I was on for 6 years and rolled off on 2005.
I've been associated with Yale-China since 1994. Yeah.
Okay, how'd you get started?
I started working at IIE. I've never been on the staff of Yale-China. So I worked with IIE and I worked with Nancy Chapman then and got to know Terry and Doug Murray and all the great people that have been involved with Yale-China. And then with the Lingnan Foundation, I was there. We moved into the building in 1998. So I've had a front row seat to Yale-China's work. Yeah.
Anything you want to say tonight?
It's a great evening. Wonderful to be here.
Great.
It is, we were discouraged from coming home between the 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Discouraged for financial reasons or explicitly told not to go back?
Cultural. We were supposed to, drink in 2 years of Asia.
I haven't met a fellow yet who stayed the full 2 years.
I was a different situation because I was at New Asia for 1 year, and then I went up to Ningbo, and I was at Huijin Academy.
That happened.
Yeah, I guess we were up there for a handful of years.
Was Huijin just started that year when you moved to
Yes.
Okay.
So
well, that was a really interesting experience and going from Hong Kong.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I had the chance to work for Yale-China and run the teaching program.
You're a trustee. You were a teaching fellow.
Yes. I was also a teaching fellow.
Oh, good. Mistake. Okay. Where were you at then?
We were at the same place.
Oh, in Hunan.
We were together at that time,
Hunan Medical University.
Hunan Ike Daxue,
But then-
and then now Xiangya Ike Daxue.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we, what was notable about 1987
Yeah.
Hunan?
I know. I don't want to know how old you were then. What was notable?
I don't think he was born.
Right, exactly, right.
You were there during the Tiananmen Square.
Right, so I was there, 1989. Yeah,
That was the most notable political event that occurred in your tenure.
Yes, true. And I had nothing to do with it.
Where did you guys come from to get here? Where have you been right before this?
You mean before?
Washington, D.C.
She's Continental Airlines just flew
I
us
know,
in
that's so
from,
cool. That's
from
awesome.
Tuning, so I
Okay.
just a few days ago arrived.
So I arrived in Washington, D.C. I took a train up this morning.
And San Francisco, California.
When were you at New Asia?
45 years ago.
45 years ago. Cool. And what's changed about Yale-China since then?
Not much. We're letting all kinds of people in nowadays.
Like this guy. Like this guy.
I came from Houston.
Oh, okay.
Originally, I'm from Changsha.
Changsha.
So, you know David Jones? David Jones is one of those teaching fellow, just like you.
Yep.
And he came to Changsha, taught us English.
Okay.
So he was my teacher. And now he's, I believe he served on the board of trustees for many, many years.
All right.
And also Nancy Chapman.
Okay.
Nancy Chapman was my teacher.
Wow.
My English teacher in medical school.
I've met a lot of people who were former students, and they all have certain things that they absolutely remember from those events.
Course. You know, so Nancy Chapman, who has been the president of Yale-China Association for many years, she was my English teacher. And she and David, they came to China at the same time. So I was in medical school, and they taught us oral English. So that's how the connection started. Yeah. And so I came to United States in 1989, and right now I am practicing medicine.
Where were you a fellow?
I was at Lingnan University College in Guangzhou.
Okay. When was that?
2004, 2005.
Oh, not too long ago.
Not too long ago, yeah. Although when I go back to China now, it feels like ages ago.
It's very different.
Was a staff of Yale-China from 1998 to 2003.
Well,
2003, yes.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Where'd you come back from? Where did you come from?
Right, you mean?
Right now to get to
from New
here.
Haven.
Oh,
from New Haven. I'm working for Yale University, but still in the same city, same town.
Oh man, I miss New Haven. I just left. I'm now in Tuning.
Yeah.
And
you're a teaching fellow at Tuning?
I'm one of the teaching fellows this year. One of the new ones this year at Tuning.
It's wonderful. Anhui is my hometown.
Really?
Yes.
Where in Anhui?
What a small world.
Well, where in Anhui?
Hefei.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I've been to Xiuning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Xiuning is wonderful in the southern part of Anhui province. We call it Wannan. Wannan Shanqu. It's beautiful.
Wannan is the town.
Wannan the Mingzhai, the house style, and the tradition, the culture, the tradition is very unique.
Yeah. What brings you here? My name's Doug.
I teach Chinese at Yale.
Oh, all right. Oh, I've seen you give lectures before.
My name is Zheng Guokang. I recommended almost 10 students to Yale teaching program in China.
Wow.
Like Chen Gang?
Yeah.
Is my student.
And where were you teaching? You were at Hunan.
I was at Changsha 81 to 84.
3 years.
3 years, yes. I decided,
stick around another.
I enjoyed it.
So, what brings you here?
What brings me here? I'm here to celebrate Yale-China Teaching Fellowship's 100th anniversary. And
are you currently a teaching fellow?
I am, in fact, a current teaching fellow. I'm at Shuning Middle School.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Shuning Middle School in Anhui, rural Anhui. It's lovely.
Well, I'm at Shuning. Where were you?
I was at Lingnan in Guangzhou.
Okay.
Yes. In fact, I was the first fellow there.
Really?
So they
You
sent me
started the
there
site.
by myself.
You had no other support.
There's no other Yale-China person there, and there had never been another Yale-China person there before.
Wow, was that your first year, or were you
That was
transferred
my
to another
first year.
place? Wow.
Yes. So they dropped. We all landed in Hong Kong at the same time.
You're on a bus to Guangzhou.
Basically, I think there was one other fellow and then one other Hong Kong staff member. They took the train up to Guangzhou with me. They got me settled in my dorm room. And I cried that day, but I got over it. It was a really challenging year, and I hear that that site is I think winding down. Which I think for me is quite sentimental, but it was great. It was a great experience, and it was nice to establish a Yale-China presence in a new city. But I think that I represent sort of the more traditional Yale-China story. I think Xizhou has like the wave of the future story. So.
I never taught, but I was being taught, so benefited from the experience. And I saw some of my teachers today. So it was,
you were at Yali, right?
I was at Yali, and then I saw my teacher from 8th grade. She thought I grew up. I don't know about it, so.
I'm Alex Brenner. I was the third fellow at Zhongshan University.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I've heard now this is the last year, or this will be the last fellows at Zhongshan University. But glad to get to meet you all. I know you're not from there.
Yeah.
And I'm now living in Washington and just returned after 6 years in China. Washington, D.C.
You spent 6 years in China.
I returned from China last year.
Welcome back.
And I met succeeding generations of Yale-China Fellows at Chris Merck's apartment, because all Yale-China Fellows must flow through Chris Merck's apartment at some point.
I have done
as
it.
You've done.
Yep. Which is so nice.
Yeah.
What a welcome to Beijing. Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. For all, so he's like the godfather of the fellows in Beijing. I hope that he will continue while he's there, and thank you for hosting us.
I'm on the board of governors, and so I'm really interested in doing this service trip, so that's my current connection with Yale-China.
Cool.
I'm Kate. I was in Guangzhou from 2001 to 2003, and I'm finishing up my PhD now, hopefully, at Harvard in anthropology. And I'm actually studying public health in China, so it's all because of Yale-China. Thank you.
And I'm Sarah. I was in China at the same time as Kate, and I was at Yale Middle School, 01 to 03, and Kate, I do low-wage workers' rights now and speak more Spanish than Chinese, but one of the things about the Yale-China experience that really made an impact on me was, noticing migrant workers and their plight in Chinese cities, and that's actually kind of triggered my interest in working with migrant workers and low-wage workers. So Yale-China really changed my